As I was preparing this video presentation, I read a very thought-provoking article entitled, Controlling Anger Before It Controls You. I like that title, Controlling Anger Before It Controls You. And the opening sentence in the article is certainly accurate. It simply reads, we all know what anger is, and we've all felt it, whether as a fleeting annoyance or as full-fledged rage. The next paragraph, probably written from a secular point of view, also grabbed my attention. Anger is a completely normal, usually healthy, human emotion. But when it gets out of control and turns destructive, it can lead to problems. Problems at work, in your personal relationships, and in the overall quality of your life. And it can make you feel as though you're at the mercy of an unpredictable and powerful emotion. To be honest, I don't think I can really improve on those comments. Though this article was published by the American Psychological Association, the content correlates very well with what we read in the Bible. For example, there's the story of Jesus who became angry when he confronted the money changers in the temple in Jerusalem. Tables and coins were flying everywhere. There's the intense argument between Paul and Barnabas regarding John Mark, and the Greek word Luke used in recording this event indicates it was a very intense situation. And let's not forget that jealous rage that led Cain to kill Abel, an intense emotion that has led to horrible homicides throughout history. As I read more of this article, I couldn't have agreed more with some of the practical suggestions for controlling anger. In fact, some were in perfect alignment with Scripture, such as what they call cognitive restructuring, which simply means changing the way we think. In fact, in this chapter I've called Handling Anger Appropriately, I've shared some proverbs that really support the suggestions in this article for anger management. Here they are. He who is slow to anger has great understanding. He who restrains his words has knowledge, and he who has a cool spirit is a man of understanding. A man's discretion makes him slow to anger. Let me share a personal story that relates to the truth in these proverbs. I received a telephone call one Sunday after church. A young man on the other end of the line was livid. He verbally attacked the professors at the seminary where I taught. He was angry at the spiritual leaders of my own church, and he was angry at me. Now, no question, bad things were definitely happening in this young man's life, and he blamed us for the loss of his job as well as his family problems. To be honest, I was getting angrier by the second. But then, as my emotions were really beginning to churn, I began to ask myself some questions. What is really bothering this young man? Why is he being so vulnerable? After all, he was really opening himself up to serious rejection. As I thought about the answers to these questions, I actually began to regain my own emotional composure. I could feel it beginning to happen. I was able to listen more objectively and respond with concern rather than my own anger, and to calmly suggest that we really needed to get together and talk. Almost instantly, I sensed his own anger beginning to dissipate. In retrospect, I experienced the truth in another proverb, Proverbs 15:1. A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. Well, we met, and he shared the true story. He was really angry at himself, and at his wife particularly. His world was falling apart. He had lost his job, but primarily because of his own mistakes. At that point, I was able to gently remind him that if he had been honest with me in the first place, it would have been much easier for both of us. I'll never forget his response. He smiled sheepishly, literally through tears, and said, I know. but I want to thank you for loving me enough to tell me what is wrong with me. Well, I've shared this story simply to illustrate what the secularists might call cognitive restructuring. First, on my part, in controlling my own anger, I was able to help this young man control his own anger, to help him start thinking more clearly about the cause of his own problem. The Proverbs call it discretion, knowledge, understanding. But let me say one more thing. Though there is some great truth in this article by the American Psychological Association, there's a very important omission when it comes to a biblical point of view. Is the concept of sin. Paul, in his letter to the Ephesians in chapter 4, verse 26, said this, "Be angry, and yet do not sin." This simply means that there is anger that is not sinful, but there is anger that is sinful. What does this really mean? Well, hopefully you'll find answers in this chapter I've entitled Handling Anger Appropriately. And once you've read it and discussed this God-created capacity with other men, I'm confident you'll discover some very practical ways, as Paul said, to be angry and yet do not sin.
All right, fellas, any comments on that before we get into it? All right, cool. Welcome, John. Today is Monday, of course, March 9th. Today's topic is handling anger appropriately, not being quick-tempered. All right, so focus scripture, the same as Wednesday. So we're kind of creating that trail. As you know, last session was more of being, not being blameless, arrogant. This session is focusing on not being hot-tempered. So Titus 1:7 reads, "As an overseer of God's household, he must be blameless, not arrogant, not hot-tempered, not an excessive drinker, not a bully, not greedy for money." In the points of action, the following topic is designed to help you overcome sinful anger. All right, so here are some questions we're going to start with. So some ask yourself, be honest type questions. So set one, and we have a set two. Set one is for development. Set two is for isolation. And set one, question one reads, do I get angry quickly and frequently? Number two reads, do I allow angry feelings to persist and linger? Number three reads, do I take matters into my own hands and get even with others who make me angry? And number two, set two, which is isolation, reads, you've had bad parental models. Number two, you've developed into a self-centered person. Number three, you've had an overly restrictive childhood. Number four, you've been abused and mistreated. And number five reads, you battle feelings of insecurity. And some of these questions could be a simple, yes or no. You don't really have to explain it if you don't want to. But if somebody want to take one, you could take one.
Well, number one, do I get angry quickly and frequently? Sometimes I can catch myself getting angry quickly
Mm-hmm.
and frequently, but I kind of like, as I got older, I can control it more better because I know the situation of it. When you letting yourself get angry,
Mm-hmm.
you letting the devil take over, and you allowed to just do anything or say anything. So I tried to strengthen myself with getting angry quickly and frequently, because the quick if you let the quick when you get angry quickly and frequently a
Mm-hmm.
lot, you can end up doing something you ain't got no business doing, and
It's true.
it can make things for the worse. And it could be just a simple situation, and you just take it at heart and just you just get mad about it. You got instead
Yeah.
of thinking about, look, why I'm mad like this for this. Ain't nobody touched
Yeah.
me. Ain't nobody really. You can get mad frequently and angry over anything.
Yeah, you
You
can.
know, just because a telemarketer calling. Look at this. Why is it?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
angry. You
Yeah.
ain't paying attention. You ain't concentrating on what you're going through. So doing it, if you let yourself get angry quickly and frequently a lot, and not trying to seek some help with it, or just talk to God about it and just try to strengthen your ways,
Mm-hmm.
make it a strong situation, and you can catch it when it's like, oh, there I go, I'm finna get angry. I done got angry too quick,
Yeah.
and it's happening a lot now. So I got to pray to God about just giving me strength to get past it.
Yeah.
So angry, that's a good one there. That number one, it's real
Yeah, that's
good,
good. Yeah.
because a lot of us end up getting angry, fast, and sometimes it be frequent situations, and we don't really pay attention to it.
I don't even really know we angry, but we are angry.
Don't even know you're angry, man. I used to be terrible with it, but God strengthened me over the years, and I thank Him for that, because I probably been in jail now, probably been got killed or killed somebody, if I just
Yeah.
had have some self control for myself.
Yeah. That's where
Yeah.
anger gets you.
hmm And do I allow anger feelings to persist and linger? Sometimes, I say, man, I'm still mad about this, and sometimes,
Yeah.
someone can be mad at me about something, and it bothers me. I'm like, they still mad about something,
Yeah.
it
That's
could be
true.
somebody,
Yeah.
it could be just somebody I know in the streets, or somebody I
Yeah.
just see sometime, you know, I just that was a lot of people get weak. A lot of people weak about that. Just
Yeah.
not being able to control their feelings, and not looking to God for help. And just getting some counseling.
Yeah. And it's kind of hard on the other side, like you saying,
Hmm.
somebody and they may be still having that anger lingering, towards you. And
Hmm.
like, it gets kind of tricky on how to approach them, in those situations, because you have some people that'll still curse you out, like get from around me, or,
Yeah,
I still ain't forgave you for what you did.
yeah,
And, like when you have those things being thrown at you, that's when it gets challenging, and you're like, how can I, persuade this person to get back on, level ground,
yeah.
when, like you're saying, they don't have that mindset to do so. And they're not, 9 times out of 10 they're not living godly, because if they were, they would forgive you, for
Amen.
anything that you may do. So when they're not living that particular lifestyle, it gets challenging, man. And sometimes it wears you down, trying to talk to that person or get that person to be on good ends with you,
Amen.
and that's how a lot of, friendships fall off, man, because one person just gets tired of just
Don't want
continuing
to
to
let it
try to
go.
reach out, and and it just gets tiresome, and they're just like, forget it,
Yeah.
and everything just gets dropped.
Yep. I let God handle it. We
Yeah,
ever
I just let
speak
God
again
take
or
care of it
whatever.
from here, yeah.
And that third one, do I take matters into my own hands and get even with others who make me angry? Not, not. I wouldn't do. I'm not that type of man anymore.
Yeah.
It's once upon a time I would have taken it in my own hand, and said,
True. Yeah.
I'd have,
Yeah.
I'd have got even some kind of way. But right now the way I'm going, and I done got, I'm more mature, and I'm more of a godly man, and I'm a kingdom man. That's what I want to be. Ain't no way I can be a kingdom man if I fall weak
Nope.
to that situation.
Exactly.
That situation there would definitely keep me out of the kingdom.
Yeah.
But you can't get mad about stuff and you put it in your own hands, because that's automatic. You giving it over, you handing it over to the devil. You letting him take
Exactly. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you letting him control your thoughts. You know, you letting him control your feelings. And
Yeah.
I don't want him nowhere around me. When I figure I'm getting mad about anything, I know it's the devil doing it because God ain't want me, you know, he don't want me to hold grudges and be mad
Mm-mm.
about anything.
Oh,
So,
like Proverbs say, it's okay to get angry, but don't create, sinful acts.
amen.
It's okay to be angry, but don't do anything sinful, while you're angry.
That's right.
Because we can't avoid being angry. You
No,
know,
we're not perfect.
Jesus walked in the temple and tossed tables, caused chaos. He got angry too.
Yes, he did. He sure did.
So we can't avoid it. It's
It's unavoidable.
it's unavoidable. It's things that we have to live through. And I
Yeah,
mean, we learn from being angry at times. So sometimes we have to be thankful for some angry situations because sometimes we won't go through a lot of things from, embracing anger from it and things
amen.
like that. It
Amen.
gives you strength to not be angry about it next time. Because, I mean,
Yeah,
it be sometimes I just ask myself, like, what are you mad about? Like, it literally be nothing, you
yep. That's
know?
what you really need to do is just ask yourself, why are you
Yeah,
so
like
mad?
why am I so mad? It just
Is
took
it,
me like when I used to get angry, like number one, say frequently and quickly.
yeah,
I started to stop and ask myself, like, what are you mad about? Like, it was literally nothing. It used to be stuff like people coming up to my door like trying to sell business. I used to get mad about people just knocking on my door and I didn't even know them. But
yeah,
now like I mean, kind of even like recently, like I step outside, and talk to the guy, and it turns out to be a nice guy.
yeah, a
Even though I
real
don't
nice
even
person.
buy, I may not still end up buying his business, but he ended up being a nice guy, and
Mhm.
I
You
mean,
can't judge. That show you can't judge.
conversation goes to sports and all type of stuff. So
And
I
you
had to
can't
learn
judge
from
a
that.
person.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't know
You can't
God
judge
about
a
sent that
person either.
person.
Yeah, yep,
God sent that person to you.
yep.
That
That's
guy ain't
true.
making his business to come and knock at your door. God sent them that way.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yep.
he probably could give you he probably could tell you something that you need to hear. You know that
Yeah.
could constrain your thoughts and make you a better person and make you not just be angry about situations that you can control on your own.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That was good, Pop.
All right, thanks.
Anybody else got a set they want to take or some questions from one?
What's up, man?
What's up, John?
Yeah, I answer a few of them.
Okay.
The first one from set one. I have to say yes.
Mm-hmm.
I do get angry quickly. And I think it's more so because uh, I'm speaking from like my household, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, it's more so because I have so many different emotions in my house, and
Mm.
so many different emotions are going to require you to lose patience
Yep.
sometimes.
Yep.
Unless you're just having a perfect day, which it's days I have good days, but it's also days I'm like, clean your room, or take the
Yeah.
trash out, wash the dishes, like,
Yeah.
this stuff like that. So I'll say from a father's point of view, I'll have to say I have to work on that as far as controlling my temper here and there. But as
Mm-hmm.
far as being like an outsider, like a coworker or just a friend, it takes a lot for me to get angry because if I feel like I'm getting to that level, sometimes I just remove myself. I don't even stay within that area because you know words and actions. I feel like that stuff it continuously replays. What was
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, he said this in the heat of the moment, man. Like 15 years from now, people still remember what you said. So sometimes it's just best to just remove yourself if you feel yourself getting angry. So um, I was like, I answered that two separate ways. You know, within my house, within my household, I can admit like sometimes I can, you know, be a little bit more patient with my kids,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's borderline because I gotta teach some kind of structure,
Yeah. True. Yeah.
but at the same time, you know, be a little bit more patient. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, that's number one. Feeling to do I allow it to linger? Uh, Nah, not necessarily. That's within my household and outside. Like if it's something that somebody did me and it's 2-3 days and past, nah, I'm the type of person if I said something for sure, I'd be like, well, I did XYZ. Sorry how that went.
Yeah.
Could have handled that a whole lot different. Like it's time me and my wife, we get in the argument.
Mm-hmm.
Like the argument will get heated. And we'll come back 2 days later and we don't even know what we was fussing about.
Yeah.
So it's
That's-
about like sometimes it's just best to not even like if you feel like it's escalating, uh, it may make things worse. Like
mm-hmm.
one time me and her was yapping on the phone, and I just hung up the phone, and she kept calling, and like hours later, I called her back. I was like, I just already knew where it was going, so
Yeah. Yeah.
we do better just not even talking. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So just
Sometimes you have to do that.
yeah, just hang up the
Yeah.
phone. Even if you in the presence of that person, just
It's
let
better
them.
to do that than say some stuff that, you'll regret later for sure.
Yeah, just let them talk. Get whatever they got on their chest off, and just try to tune it out. That's what I do at least. That's what I've
Yeah.
been doing lately. So,
Yeah.
uh, you take matters into your own hands and get even with others who make it. So, like this, I had to say this within the last, which I'm still working on this, but within the last year and a
Mm-hmm.
half, I was a petty person, bro. Like if you did something to me, I'm gonna make sure it's known that I'm gonna get my lick back. And then I had to realize, bro, as a man, like
Yeah.
as a grown man, that's not a way you operate. You shouldn't operate like that as a man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I had to start putting those ways aside, and whatever they did to me, that's what they did to me. But like I was talking with my uncle yesterday, he gave me a whole lot of gems, bro. And he
Mm-hmm.
was like, he said, nephew, no matter what happened to you in life, I don't care if somebody pushed you. I don't care what happened to you. Always keep a good heart. Like, as long as you
Mm.
keep a good heart through anything, man, good things gonna happen to you. Like, long as you just keep a good heart, no matter if people doing you dirty, you don't just let them keep doing you dirty, but you don't let that spill over into everybody else just around you. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
continue to keep a good heart. So, um, yeah. So that's what I got for that.
That's
Like
good.
don't try to take matters into your own hand, but also keep your energy right and keep your heart right, and try to smile and still serve
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
give to others around you. So
Yeah.
um, you
And,
have
and what you learn, you teach your siblings. You teach you pass it on, and make you strengthen them like you with the strength you have in their life. You give it to your kids and your family too.
yeah facts like this. That's why I say this. I was telling my wife this the other day. I said at least every 2 weeks we used to do a Bible study. I feel like I haven't did that in about 6 months. It's just like
Mm-hmm.
I got two older kids, they working. Then I got
Yeah.
this basketball. Then I'm working. Now my wife working. So it's like I feel like everybody is all over the place. But
Yeah.
like I feel like it's once you plant a seed though, bro. No matter if you feel like we done got away from it a little bit in due time, they'll remember all the lessons and all the stuff that I done told them, and
It's true. Yeah.
even if it feel like we ain't did it in a while, they should still be able to remember some of the stuff that we didn't, discussed. So,
Discuss. Yeah.
um, I'll read number. Let me see. I'll read number 4.
Okay.
And number 5 on
Okay.
isolation. Abused and mistreated. So like I was telling my wife, and like a while back, I would say about like maybe a month ago.
Uh-huh.
Uh, like I would tell her, bro, like when we argue, it's like you gotta win the argument. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's never you taking accountability. It's never you. It's never you just being like, okay, yeah, you're right, and I even scooped as far as saying I don't know if that's a black woman thing. I said I don't know. It's just all black women,
Yeah. Yeah.
and which I love black women. I'm not trying to
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
I don't love them, but like
Yeah.
I say it gotta be black women because other races, I don't think other races like Indians and Chinese people, they don't do this towards their husband or anything
Yeah.
like that. And like I was telling them, just how the word even say this about, you know, the how powerful the tongue is. And
Yeah. Yeah.
I say, you may not be punching me, you may not be kicking me, you may not be doing all this like physical as far as punching, but
Yeah.
the
Mm-hmm.
verbal abuse is 10 times worse sometimes. Because like I was just saying, like words you can remember words, bro.
Yeah.
Words never will go away, and you know it's just as small as you get on my nerves or I
Yeah.
hate you or anything like that. Like those words, it seems small, but at the same time, bro, when you outside and you fighting the world and you coming on, you try to pay the bills and you try to, you just trying to do everything. And then once everything then settled down and we back
Mm-hmm.
to W, it's like, okay, well, we love it, W, but I still remember that. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
like, it's just, yeah, like verbal abuse. I feel like everybody has experienced that with different times in their life. Not just,
Yeah.
I'm just using a scenario within my marriage, but it's like,
Yeah.
even if you playing basketball, man, you suck. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like now I gotta prove to you I don't suck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of verbal abuse. I feel like is is front and center with black community for sure. So, um, but this it also can be a good thing sometimes too because what is like they say sticks and stones don't break my bones, but
Yeah.
words will never hurt me or something like that. I forgot how you said it, but
Yeah.
yeah, as long as you can move through what was said about you, man, and sharpen up your mindset, you can be great in life. So, and number 5, you battle feelings of insecurity. So I would say not now, but of course, like I always tell a lot of people, like being. I told this to my wife, like having a house separated, like through divorce,
Mm-hmm.
like this, it builds a whole lot of insecurity within a child, and it makes the child be like, okay, because I come from an army house. I come from a house where we had allowance. I come from a
Yeah.
house where I seen dad, I seen mom. It was good, it was bad, and
Yeah.
then once all that separated, it's like okay, I gotta figure all this out on my own. So yeah, so it does build some kind of sense of insecurity within yourself
Yeah.
if you don't know how to get out here and adapt. You know what I'm saying? If you
Yeah.
don't know how to get out here and adapt and become stronger, and learn on the fly because a lot of things I had to learn on my own, and
Mm-hmm.
and it made me stronger in a sense, but it also made me insecure in a sense. So, but as I got older, I got way better with it. So, but that's the answer number 5.
That's good.
Well, that's good because as you get older, you gonna want to do better and better. No matter what,
Yeah.
with your thoughts and just with your knowledge of just knowing things and then just passing it on to your family.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
That was good, Jim.
Anybody else got some they want to take from this one?
I'll go.
Okay, Jay.
Do I get angry quickly and frequently? When A couple years ago, I used to, but as I got older, I kind of just learned how to kind of like, in a sense, regulate my
Mm.
emotions and
Mm-hmm.
not let like things really like take control of me in a sense. So like if somebody being mean or if, something bad happens, I try to be optimistic and
Yeah.
look at it like, oh, okay, it could be worse, or like, is this really something major to really let affect my day or my mood or something like that.
Yeah.
So nowadays, I really just like evaluate the situation and not saying I don't care about stuff or like the situation, but I don't really let it too much affect me. I kind of just notice it or pay attention to it, but I don't let it like just fully affect me and like kill my mood.
Yeah.
And kind of same with number two. I don't really let stuff linger. I might think about stuff, every now and then or dwell on it in a sense, but just in like thought to try to like understand or come to
Yeah.
terms with something. But as far as like being upset or angry about stuff, I don't really let it, bother me because I just try
Mm-hmm.
to just, like I said, be positive. And then like if it's really affecting me to the point where I can't really fully focus on other stuff, I just, take a moment to, pray and ask for strength to let it pass in a sense.
Yeah,
And
that's good.
do I take matters into my hands and get even? Not anymore. Plus, because I realized that when you fight fire with fire, it doesn't really help. It just makes things worse.
Mm.
Kind of like if you're trying to prove a point with somebody and like you have a valid point and
Yeah.
somebody else has a valid point, but it's like a misunderstanding. But then it becomes a match of two people trying to prove they point or prove that they right. But
Yeah.
two things can be right at the same time, so I
That's true.
most
Yeah.
time I just speak my piece, and if they still want to argue or debate, I just let them have it. They win or whatever, and I just kind of just change the subject or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
um
That's good.
um let's see, you develop into deception in person. No, not really. I always been like a caring person. But I think there's been times, of course, when I was younger where you go through life, you might like, where it's like relationship wise or friendship wise, you might lose a friend or, somebody might be fake or drama or somebody might like, hurt you or something like that.
Yeah.
And you might wonder why. And then you know how in some cases people will get like their heart broken or somebody will betray them and they feel like they want to be cold-hearted or they won't
Mm-hmm.
be nice to other people no more because like put a guard up and stuff. But you can still kind of somewhat be observant and have your guard up but still treat people fairly, because what somebody else did to you doesn't mean that you should just project that onto other people. Like if somebody hurts
That's
you, they
true.
don't
Yeah.
mean they don't mean like, oh, somebody betrayed me. Let me be mean and standoffish with other people just so I won't get hurt
Mm-hmm.
again. You just gotta just, be pay a little more attention and, really know the person before you kind of like, invest or whatever. So the same thing won't happen again.
Yeah.
Let me see. You battle feelings of insecurity. I want to say no. I mean, of course, when I was younger, it was times where I kind of wanted to be better in a sense, whether it was just like my performance in like a sport or just appearance wise or something like that. But then,
Yeah.
just looking back, you just, or like even if you lack something, like, you might go to school, some people might have better clothes than you or newer clothes, and you probably still, kind of like recycling the same clothes because you probably not, as fortunate, or your parents
Yeah.
might not be as fortunate. But then I just, realized that, nobody's perfect. Everybody, goes through their own courses and timing in life. So, you don't really know what that person went through or
Mm-hmm.
what they experienced to kind of be blessed with certain stuff, and not to really compare your life to other people's life, because your blessing gonna come, at the right time. but
That's
also
true.
when you appreciate it, because God's not gonna give you something and you not really be able to handle it, but at the same time you gotta be kind of have this strength to kind of be self-aware to know, okay, I'm getting blessed with this. Let me be cautious with how I go about it, or let me kind of work on myself so I can maintain this blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it just comes down to just kind of self-evaluating and just essentially knowing your worth and just loving yourself how God made you, but also wanting to be better.
It'd be
So.
better. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, sir. That's good, Jay. There was some good characteristics in there for sure.
Amen.
For bringing that anger down or just, being a bigger person.
Amen. Because some people just can't bring it down. They just trying to figure out a way to release it. They just some
Yeah.
people stay mad about simple things,
Yep.
and that ain't good. Because that just ain't good.
No,
Because
it's
the
not.
turnout could be lethal. The turnout could be could be bad.
Yeah, it can.
And
Yeah.
that's why a lot of guys who in prison, they go to prison for the they try to go to prison for to learn to be better. Even if they got life, they trying to be a better person for the rest of their life. It's like a place where you go to learn to be better.
Yeah.
No matter what, no matter how you look at it, you got to get your mind right.
Yeah. That's true. All right, fellas. Anybody else want to take any of these? All right, cool. So for the first set, develop. If you answer yes to any of these questions, you are to one degree or another facing a personal anger problem that has become sinful. Begin by confessing this sin to God and claiming ongoing forgiveness through the blood of Christ. Remember, you must be honest with God. Don't try to fake an anger problem with the Lord. Tell him exactly how you feel. Acknowledge your sinful actions. Confess this sin and ask him to help you overcome this problem. But I did hear you guys say that, those are things that you used to go through and you've overcome. So it seems like you guys have, confessed those sins to God and he's helped you get through those things. So that's that's awesome.
But even though you've got stronger with those situations,
Maintenance.
you're not perfect. You
Yeah.
still can get mad and stay mad.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can let the devil take over, and you can just,
Mm-hmm.
"Man, I ain't care what nobody say. I'm finna get
That's
even."
yeah. That's why it was kind of like talking about that in this chapter two. It requires maintenance, because it's easy to fall back off or go back into your old ways, but when you're close to the word and you're sticking to the word and you're living through Christ, it's kind of difficult for you to go back, as long as you're staying, close to the word.
Amen.
And the second set, it's got a remember statement on those. Most anger problems have multiple causes. To understand these causes and to overcome the problem, you will probably need to talk with someone you can trust, someone who will listen objectively and help you isolate and understand the causes. All right. So we already at about 10 minutes to go. So our read it segments today was take action to overcome your problem and preventative maintenance. Kind of what I just was telling Pops. The preventative maintenance is, sticking, continuing to read daily, continuing to pray as much as needed. But, I would recommend daily and how often as, you need to pray. And if you are into, going into church, into the temple, stick to that, have a plan, attend as much as you can, if you do attend church, but if you're outside of church, some people watch church virtually, that fits them more, just as long as you're sticking to the word, I feel like that maintenance could remain in place, especially for difficult situations, whether you're going through things, with your spouse, friend at work, all of that stuff plays hand in hand, man, because I had to realize myself, I used to be mad about something at work and then it poured over into me getting mad at my wife about something. And then I thought about it later, like that came from me being mad at work, so sometimes it creates a trail, and you don't even realize that, as that anger is lingering, it's passing over to the next person, so once I realized that, like for instance, if I was to get angry at work now, it's a cutoff for me. I'll handle this tomorrow. I'm finna drop this. I ain't taking this anger with me. So that's how I handle things now. And I wake up in the morning, get my prayer in, my readings in, and I'm a whole different person now. I probably forgot about what happened yesterday. So that's kind of how I take things now, and I'm pretty sure that's kind of how some of you guys take things, or, kind of a similar way of taking things as well.
That's good though. When you do it like that, and when you make it a consistent thing.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. It's really, I can't,
but some people
I
not.
honestly, yeah, I can't remember the last time I was like just in an argument, just from just months ago, because I don't know, man. It's like now I'm more of letting the person that's feeling some sort of way win, because I'm feeling like he was saying in the videos, some of you guys may have missed it, sometimes you have to understand what the other person is going through. Half of the time, the stuff that they may be saying to you, they don't even mean it. They're only saying it because they're angry about something, or, something that's just frustrating them. So, when I kind of got an understanding of putting myself in the other person's shoes, that kind of led me to, not saying much, or letting them get out what they need to get out. And I maybe say something as small as, I'm sorry that you feel that way. I pray that you feel better, so I'm just kind of more on that type of turn now than what I used to be, because man, I came from being a verbal abuser, all type of stuff, man, like towards a lot of people, and that affected me, and it affected my lifestyle. I didn't even feel, I was into the word, not like I am now, but I was into the word, but it just made me not feel, like God was, depending on me. He wasn't looking forward to me doing positive things to, turn situations around. So when I woke up from that, that just kind of changed it. Well, not kind of, it really changed my agenda. It changed my way of, seeing things as well, because, it was kind of like John said, me and my wife had arguments, now we rarely even argue, we still have our, probably things we don't agree about all the time, but like I said, I'm more so letting her win now, because it's like, if I'm trying to win, what am I trying to prove?
Mhm.
Like you're my love partner. Like, why am I trying to defeat you? So it's like, that's why I tell a lot of other guys, man, they, like kind of like John said, how, women are going to be women at times, and sometimes they're more aggressive, than we are, and sometimes we just have to, it sucks to say, but sometimes we just have to bow down, man, and let them win. I mean, when you think about it, what are we getting from trying to defeat, our loved one, the person that we really love, mutually and just, godlike, So he definitely wouldn't be satisfied with that.
And like John said, it leave you confused. You'll think, well, do only black women do this?
Yeah,
Because but I think it can handle it. It could be no matter what race it is. I believe, it's
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
really
because
think it can
like,
happen to any race.
yeah, true, true. Because I mean, we see other races and how they go about things, in public. But I mean, you still can't judge a book by its cover.
Mm.
So who knows what they may be dealing with at home, but in public they it's just looking all fascinating. So and that's what a lot of people see. And on social media, that's the biggest platform where people see it, and people like, I want that. You see a lot of women in the comments, why God hasn't sent me a man like this, but they don't even know how this man is behind closed doors. So that's just what I don't know, just what makes my mind blown about a lot of things that I see, man. And it could be somebody wanting to be with someone, for trying to get with someone for so long, then they finally get with that person, and now they're like, I could never imagine you were like this, you know. And then it's some people, you don't figure out how a person is until they start living with them. Now this person a totally different person now that you're living with me. So man, it takes a lot, man. Takes a lot, especially relationship wise. So you gotta have that strength for sure. Kind of like Jay was saying, sometimes it take you to stop and pray for strength, man. Sometimes it literally, man, I take about 1 or 2 seconds to stop and breathe, and that just keeps me from saying anything, out the way or anything. And then, like, while I'm taking them 2 seconds to breathe, it gives me time to think. But some people, they're quick to respond, because they want the last word, kind of like this guy in this video. So we just are men that don't want to be in situations like that. And I've been through that. I'm here to be honest. I've been through that. I've come a long way. And God knows, the dirtiness I've did. And I for sure have a resume of it, but I'm just glad that I learned from it, and I've been delivered from it. But it takes that maintenance, because I can easily go back into it because I'm not perfect. So I got to keep doing what I'm doing now, in order to stay godly, and stay a positive person. But
Like,
yeah, Jeron said I let my wife just win to end it. Yeah. There you go.
that's a good one.
There you
But you can
go.
stay strong. You can keep that strength going for most of your life, and you can fool
Yeah.
around, and then you can finally go ahead and give in and jump on her or something. And
Yeah.
you that wasted everything.
Yeah.
You let God down, you let yourself down. It's just like you never really did the right thing.
That's true. Yeah.
Fell
But
weak.
sometimes it literally take you, like in a situation with your spouse or your partner, it literally takes you to just I mean, she may be heated. Sometimes it just takes you, or you may be heated. Sometimes it just takes you to explain to her why you were so mad about what you were mad about. Some people don't even take the time out to do that. Now y'all arguing about something that happened 2 days ago. You don't never put the dishes up, or the argument that turned into something that y'all ain't even start arguing about.
And sometimes she could be so out of control, you might have to go ahead and tell her, look, just go in there and sit down somewhere and give him around. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
ask God to forgive you, Say, God, she
yeah.
just letting the devil take, I'm trying to do the right thing. And she just taking it on to the next level, just won't think twice about nothing.
True. Yeah, Yeah, John said everybody just facing pressure, but once you step back and breathe, everything can work out. The
Amen.
other day, me and my wife was fussing, and I did something I never did. I told her, "Come here," and I prayed. She was like, "Wow, I needed that. Thank you." Dang, look at that, man.
It changed the whole outcome.
I had to change the whole outcome.
God made that.
But guess what? John had to have strength to do that, though. Like you, man, it takes a lot to do that. You
Yeah,
know?
that'd have been hard for me to do. I'd have been if I had have done that. God really, He took control.
Yeah,
If he,
especially in the heated
sometimes he can be so
situation. You know?
mad. So sometimes the women can say some things, man, that'll make you just want to take a ride and leave the house.
Yeah, but sometimes it takes that. You know, that's better than standing there being aggressive and cursing her out.
Yeah, letting the devil get in the mix of it.
Yeah, I'd rather walk out the house than bag out the driveway. I'll let you when I cool down, or when
I,
you cool down, or when you
Uh,
cool down.
it,
amen.
it it ain't goddamn shit. I ain't got in the car and everything.
See what I'm saying? Yeah,
Back
sometimes
trouble
it
was
take
about
that.
to leave, man. I said, man, I can't leave it all over here, man. But
Yeah,
just how the devil works, man. It
yeah,
plays on everybody's emotion and their mind. So we just gotta have high discernment to understand that.
true.
You know,
Yeah,
this is just a moment. You gotta breathe, woosah, and
yeah,
like Jeron said, sometimes you just gotta let them think they won, man.
yeah, yeah.
No matter if they lost, just like,
No
yeah,
matter if they lost.
you
Yep,
won that one.
yep,
She'll feel
Yeah,
good thinking she won.
yeah. So I
yeah,
was like, man, I said, man, we don't like to lose. Nobody like to lose no argument, but you know,
yeah,
it just it just be crazy nowadays. So yep. So, but yeah, man, this was a good one right here.
yeah. That was
Yeah,
a good one for sure.
yeah, it is because this anger thing is what causing a lot of people lives and losing their lives and killing their wives and killing themselves. They
Yeah,
let the anger take over and they're not seeking
yep.
help from nobody. They just trying to be strong on their own. And sometimes you need that help. You need somebody to give you some advice. You need some tutoring.
You do. Yeah,
Yeah.
and divorce and all that. It's what's taking over the world. Trying to.
Yeah,
You
the
know what?
worst,
You know
the
what
worst
I've been trying to do.
thing.
I'm
What?
which I don't know where you can find young men. Which my wife she do hair,
Uh-huh.
and she had this young guy here getting him some bread yesterday. He gotta be about like 24, and him and his girl going through something. And my wife was like, "I wish you was up in here." Cause when she have our clients, I like to just get out the clients way.
Yeah.
I don't like to sit around. And
Yeah.
she was like, "Yeah, they going through something, and that would have been perfect for you to talk to them." So I was like, man, I've been having this thought for like about 2, 3 years, just finding a group of kids to just mentor. Because
Yeah.
a lot of these kids today, bro, they just blindly leading themselves and don't understand that people with experience that already done been through something can can always lead you to a better decision. So
Yeah.
that's why I say I've been trying to just find me a group of kids that I can teach them how to do X, Y, Z. You know what I'm saying? So it is God to lead them to me one
Yes,
day.
sir.
Yeah,
That's good, John, for sure. And the youth need that. I feel like they need it the most the times we living in.
yeah, for real.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we all going through it, Jeron.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? We all going through it, bro.
We all going through it, man.
At the end of the day, it's all worth it, I guess.
Yeah.
I just don't be like a whole bunch of like I don't know. I just be feeling like as a couple though, man. Sometimes the women can make everything a whole lot harder, bro. Like and
Mm-hmm.
like I be telling my wife, like you got the you choose everything. Like it's a lot of things that not choose you the decision maker. of a
Yeah.
lot of things. Like if we want to make love, you got to decide if we gonna make love. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
If we want to, I can't just come in here and just say let's make love. No, you got to be you agreeing to this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So like whatever if we say I want to eat something. 9 times out of 10, the man don't really care what we eat.
True. Yeah.
It's more so you got to choose what you want to do. So.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, this is what makes a lot of this hard. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Because
true. Yeah.
we over here, we want to be providers and protectors, but you gotta have somebody on the other side that's gonna be, you
amen.
know, just put your guards down a little bit. Just let me do my job. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all I had. I didn't want to talk too long.
Now you did well. I
Yes,
appreciate that.
sir. That was good, John.
Give me strength.
All right, fellas. Anybody got anything else? Any comments or adding on to what we discussed?
It almost look like this video that's going on right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
I
only thing I don't put my hand around her throat or nothing like that. But man,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
this look like one of the pictures that we be going through, bro.
Yeah.
we all have been there in that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That just
man. Yeah, but
Trying to
like they
that
keep
said,
just
it
you
just
know
like
that just
that.
shows you that that it goes on.
yeah, like they said, greatest teacher is experience, man.
True.
You gotta go through it to know how to have a solution for it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
Well, look
yeah,
at the guy on the phone. Have you ever been in that situation where you
all the
talk
time.
Oh yeah. Oh
to
yeah.
everybody looking?
Oh
All the
yeah.
time. That's why I say,
Oh,
man, it gets to the point I hang up, I turn my Apple Music on, and I just get to go by my day, man. I don't let it get to me like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but like, and this has been since the beginning of time, though, bro. When I was reading the Word and got all the way up into Genesis,
Mm-hmm.
and when Eve, she literally just came and got deceived just by listening to like just let somebody come distract her
Yeah.
and go against the words of what God told them to do. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
it's like since that time, bro, it's like that's when sin really came into the world and like corrupted people and now it's just like it overflowed really. That's really what America's in turned into like Babylon. So
That's true.
it's like
Yeah.
if you don't keep your mind clear and clear from distractions, which is kind of almost impossible now with this internet.
Yeah.
If you keep your mind clear from distractions, man, you can kind of like save a lot of things in your life. But as soon as you know you just get off the word and like my wife, she back listening to our gospel music. She called me today. Man, I don't know why I just can't stop crying. I said, that's the spirit. That's the
Yeah.
spirit moving within the
yeah, that's
car,
the Holy
man. You
Ghost.
know why? Why you going to your clients and going to your patients, I mean, for the hospital. It's just the spirit moving in the car. So I feel like the more you get connected with that, man, you can't lose yourself. Like,
Amen, bro.
yeah.
Amen.
Yeah. Yes, sir. All right. We ain't got time to get to our extra questions today, but maybe we get back to them someday. All right, fellas. Anybody got anything regarding the weekend on the news that's circulating or any goals, prayer requests before we get out?
This year, no, this weekend, it'll be me and my wife anniversary, 16
Oh
years
man, congratulations,
married
brother.
and
Well,
20 years together. So,
well,
Woo.
well, it'll
this
be mine too.
what day is?
Oh, congrats,
Mine
Pop.
Sunday. Mine Sunday. Me and my wife been together 37 years.
That's crazy. March 15th. That's me and my wife too. March
What?
15th. Yeah,
Man,
yeah,
congratulations.
yeah, man. It'd be 16 years, and we've been together 20 years. We met right after high school. So it's
I'm telling
you
you,
know.
y'all can stretch that level because if me and my wife did, I'm thinking anybody in the world can do it.
Yeah, I already told her. I said if it's anybody that I don't mind fussing with, but still coming back and love on each other, is you. I'll do it all day with you. We didn't see the ups and the downs of each other. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all know each other.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
know
yeah.
we know everything about each other. So
Everything.
I never let her go over not no argument. You know what I'm
And then y'all
saying?
got
So
a beautiful family. You got
Thanks.
kids. You know.
yeah, I feel like you can make everything work, bro. For real, you can make it work if y'all both have understanding. But yeah, that's what I had. So Friday we gonna shoot out to Louisiana, go gamble a little bit, and Saturday we come back around to the rodeo. So
Where
Kelvin,
y'all
you
going?
and
Lake Charles or
yeah, we're
Shreveport?
gonna we gonna go to
Okay.
Lake Charles Friday
Everything.
evening.
You ain't going where you used to work, is it?
Well, I don't work there no more, so yeah, I can go there now.
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I was just saying that's where you going.
yeah. We probably gonna go all three of them: the Birds, Golden Nugget, and then shoot the Kinder to Kashada.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
man,
Yeah,
y'all gonna have a good time.
yeah.
Might go to the coast or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So Saturday, I've been getting ready to say we'll be back in town. So Kev, if you and your wife free, I'm just letting you know we gonna be going to the rodeo. So I don't know if y'all gonna be free or not. Just giving that invite.
That's
So
great.
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
But that's all we doing for the weekend. Just
Man, God
celebrating.
is so good, man.
Oh yeah, all the
Yes,
time,
And
sir. That's
he's
powerful, man.
he's controlling your every move. You
man,
know,
all
Man.
the time.
some
Yeah, but
people don't know.
happy anniversary to you and your wife. That's crazy that
Hey,
y'all.
thank
What
you,
did you say?
man.
33 years, Sunday.
Cody, you 35, 30, 34?
34.
Yeah, we've been together about 36 years, 37.
Man, that's a long time, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, God wanted to be like that, man. I'm just trying to be better and better every year. You know, I'm trying to do every day. I'm trying to be better and better because we could just break up at any minute. You know, if we want to go the devil route,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
facts.
we
Yep.
could let it go. Say we ain't got no kids, we raised them. We ain't got we arguing all this. I'm finna go, but ain't no way. I want to live the rest of my life with her. You know.
Yeah,
Amen.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's how we are trying to do. You got your companionship with your wife, and you just want to ride it all the way out.
I thank God for it, man. It was rough. You know, it's been rough. It's been rough, but hey, I,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's what I say. But it's a blessing. Like I seen something that say anything worth keeping is always gonna be hard. So
Man.
Amen.
if it ain't
Amen.
hard, that mean it
Man,
ain't
that's
worth
awesome.
keeping, man. So
Man.
let's keep on working at it. So, but
Man,
that's
y'all been
all I
together a
got,
long
man.
time too for to
Hey,
say how old you is though. Cause how old you is, John?
I'll be 40 this year in
Oh, okay. You
September.
trying to get on up things.
Yeah, that's what I told myself. I
What?
said, dang, man, I kind of like sometimes people ask my whole age, I don't want to say it.
Yeah, man. Boy, you getting on up there.
So I'll be like, man, I don't want to say it, bro. I don't know how that 40 got here that quick.
Man,
Yeah,
it gonna come, man. You keep living, 80 will be
yeah, that's what I said. But yeah, y'all enjoy your anniversary, and
y'all
that's all
too.
I got you.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Amen. Congrats to you, brothers. Anybody else got anything? What Jeron say? Lakers trash, and we going to World War
Hey,
Three.
Jeron, come on now. Leave me alone. I love you, Jake. Them Lakers you just can't count it out. We
I,
don't know who them folks want to win it out.
I think Jeron just don't like LeBron, bro.
Nah, he don't. It's a lot of people hate
I
LeBron because he
I
cried too
don't
much.
I don't think it's the team. I think he don't like
I think
LeBron.
it's LeBron too. Nobody never did Jordan like that. People love the Jordan all his years.
Yes, sir.
I love
Yeah.
LeBron though, man. Just something about when he cried and cried to the referees. I just love it. I said, yeah, keep crying, man.
It tripped me out there one time. He was on the floor and he looked under his hand to see if anybody was looking there.
Yeah, I remember that.
Man, that was so funny, man. I
Yes,
said,
it was.
this dude really faking, man.
He's a character, bro. He's a character. But
It's,
but the other guy,
it's entertainment too, though. So they
yeah.
got to do stuff like that,
But
to entertain.
Luka Dunk is just as worse as LeBron.
Yeah,
He
I see
takes him
that.
to the
Yeah,
referee every time.
yeah.
Referee said, I ain't calling nothing. I'm ticking you.
Well, you talking about when LeBron fell and he hurt his right arm and he started grabbing his left arm? That's what you talking about?
I was talking about one before that, but I just seen that one
Yeah, he
too.
did that
I
too.
seen the one you talking about too.
I said, man, LeBron, know he a little character, man.
Yeah, somebody was like, I'm trying to figure out what caused him to hurt as much as he was putting it like.
Man, he
Yeah,
be
that
hurt so
boy.
bad when he get hurt. I like, man, LeBron, you ain't hurting that bad, man.
No, but you seen the one when he hurt himself, then he started peeking out the side of his eye.
Yeah, that was
That's the
Tony was
one I'm
talking
talking
about.
about right there. That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's my favorite player though. So, but
Boy,
I've been
yeah,
saying the last
yeah,
2 3 years he need to just go ahead and hang it up, bro.
yeah, he on the way out. He on the way
Yeah,
out. He done well.
yeah, he already know that, but
He done good.
yeah,
He
he
can't do no more.
can't do no more. And I don't think he gonna ever get another ring, but it's all good. Just leave with what you got.
Well, I
Yeah.
can't say he ain't more fragile than Anthony Davis. I don't think I done
Oh
seen
no,
nobody got him yet.
man,
Oh
Andy get
yeah,
hurt more
Anthony
than anybody.
Davis, man. Anthony Davis, he look like you call him, he gonna get hurt. All you gotta do is call his name. He hurt.
And I like him too.
Yeah, I like him. Yeah,
He,
yeah.
he tough, man.
He's just a fragile person. So
Yeah, he just
Dang.
fast.
yeah, but
Well, y'all, my Saints gave up to Mario Davis, so I know we might not win 4 games,
so,
Mm.
so the Saints just picked
Yeah.
up Travis A. And that's the high school I went to. He went to my same high school I graduated from.
I'll run a
Oh
game up.
wow,
Been following that man since high school, man. So I'm proud to see him go to New Orleans Saints.
Yeah,
that's good.
that'll make their running game better because Kamara was hurt.
Yeah, Kamara, he got one more year on his contract. So after next year, he out of there anyway. If they don't try to trade him.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna want Kamara though because he been beat up too much.
Sean Payton with the Broncos, he'll take him in a heartbeat.
All right,
Oh, you
Peyton,
know he would.
Peyton love him. Yeah,
Yeah, Sean
You know
Payton,
he would.
he'll take him in
yeah.
a him and Taysom Hill.
Taysom, yeah.
Yeah. Taysom, yeah, can go anywhere he want to go. He can
Hey,
Them
barely
big
hey,
leave.
boys. Okay.
you and Jay been going to church with our walls? Y'all been checking it out, or y'all haven't been in a minute?
That's where Jay actually worked. But Jay, when the last time you been to service?
It's been a minute since I've been in person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had got dressed and everything yesterday, and
Yeah.
and just ended up watching it on Zoom. I said, man,
Oh, yeah.
that's crazy how that devil work, huh? The devil
Yeah, it
say,
is.
sit down,
Yeah, yeah.
sit down and watch it.
But
But
sometimes that's all you need.
yeah, you still can get it. Still can get the
Yeah.
word and you know what I'm saying. But I just been trying to stay connected and stay in there because man, the more you stay away, it's you know, it's
Yeah.
you can just feel disconnected a little bit. So
That's true. Yeah. But
yeah,
I've been mainly going to the Eldridge campus because I joined the media ministry and they assigned me to that campus. So I've been operating the cameras at that campus. But I still go to the Queenston campus like on first Sunday.
how far is Eldridge? It's pretty far.
Eldridge is about 30 minutes
It's like
away from
more
from
so
our
like
area.
it's more so like off the 290 or more so like I
It's
10.
somewhere off of Highway 6. Like you can go straight down
Oh,
Highway 6 to get to it. Like
okay.
and literally make one turn.
Yeah, I think that's where his son. If
Yeah,
he
his
he
son.
the
Yep.
pastor over there, yeah.
That's where his son preached. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
It's
try that.
nice, man. It's smaller. I would say if you kind of if you have attended smaller churches, you may like the experience.
Oh yeah, that's what my wife. She really that's if she had to if I'll put her on the phone, that's what she'll say that she love a small church because it makes you feel like you being seen almost like them big churches.
Well,
You in the crowd. That's it.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, well, I tell you this, you and your wife check it out. I promise you. I bet you I'll return.
What is
Because I actually got my wife wanting to go Sunday because how I've described it, how I described how the church is. So she gonna
what
go
is
with me on Sunday,
is
huh?
8 and 10 o'clock over there too?
Nah, there is actually 9 and 11, so you get a little more time.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
for sure. We might try
like
to check
that church though.
it out.
yeah. There's
Yeah,
9 and 11, so
I
yeah.
like the way they program. They do their programs
I
nice.
tell my wife and see what she want to do. So I know my daughter got a boyfriend, so she 18, and he want to come to church with a Sunday. So we'll see how that goes.
That's a good thing.
I said,
That's a
well, he
good
asking to
thing,
go. I
man.
said, he asking to go to church. I can't get mad at that one. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
true. Yeah,
I said, yeah, asking to go to church. I said, yeah, we can do that one.
yeah. That's a
I
good
ain't finna,
start right there.
yeah, I ain't finna say no. So that'll be our first
The
time
kids
meeting them. That she just started talking to the
meet
dude. So
somebody and say, "Look, we don't go to church." And you lucky it ain't that type of person. Be like, "Man, we don't go to no church."
yeah, well, I
Yeah,
say
Yeah,
we'll
I'll be
get
like,
to
"What?"
meet them and then see how far that go. But
that's
yeah,
true, man. That's a blessing.
we'll check that church out because that's what I've been saying at 8 and at 10 o'clock. It'd be kind of like hard for me to get them,
Yeah, man.
especially at 8 o'clock.
This it's like, you get that feel, being at the Quincy campus, you kind of see the pastor kind of leaving out the back, like
Yeah,
kind of at this church, the pastor, walking out into the audience, like he exiting, just walking off the stage instead of like you don't see him. It gives you more of a feel, more of you in the presence,
yeah, yeah.
versus a mega church, like you say your wife was saying, you don't feel seen
That's how those
or kind
small
of like,
churches do it. The pastor he'll come talk to you in the front and
yeah, yeah,
after
yep,
church, and
yeah,
you can talk about football and everything. So
everything, yeah,
yeah, but
true,
that's what we said. We want to get more to a
yeah,
smaller field, get
Cody,
more
your
yeah,
church,
connected.
Cody, your church was like that in Missouri too, man. I met your pastor through the back when he
yeah,
was
yeah. That's
shook
why I
my hand
said.
and
That's why I
everything.
said immediately when I went to this campus, it gave me that feel. I was like, man, this where I want to be right here. You
Yeah, so
know.
I'll check that out Sunday for sure. Me
But
and my
I
wife.
was telling my wife we still gonna go to the Queenston one just because it's close.
Yeah, yeah, that's right
Just
up.
because it's close to us. Yeah.
That's like 5 minutes up the road.
Yeah.
Yeah,
5 minutes. Yeah. Literally.
yeah, but there's I'll see you probably Sunday and
Okay.
see what's up.
Yeah, because we gonna actually. I'm not gonna do ministry Sunday. We gonna actually attend. So if you come, just let me know.
Yeah, I'll send you a text or whatnot. Hey, we gonna check that church out.
Okay.
If we decide to go to Queenston,
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
let you know
Cool.
that too. But yeah, man, that's it.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, brothers. Anybody else got something? I don't want nobody to feel like they ain't get, wear it out or something like that. All right, cool. Let's get out of here, fellas. Man, we about almost 30 minutes over. That means that we had a good session today for sure. All right, pray about it. All right. God of peace and patience, help us, brothers, in this moment of anger to slow down and invite you to guide both our character and conduct. Father, who isn't surprised by the things that make us angry, grant us a grace filled perspective towards the people and circumstances that have set us off. And Lord, show us the right way to walk through this situation, letting go of the quick anger that tempts us and speaking up with gentleness. Help us to accept the resolution and is yours to unfold, not ours to force. Amen.
Amen.
All right, fellas, have a good evening.
I'll have a good one now.